This documentary was produced for discovering more knowledge on the internet persona known as Pepe. We will find more about Pepe through the 4 people that we have interviewed for this documentary. We have an internet historian who keeps pretending to be like David Attenborough.
Pepe the Frog was started. Origins unknown. Believe me, I've studied, and apparently I can't even get it right myself. But Pepe the Frog was started quite some time ago from a comic of some sort about stoners living together as dogs and frogs and all sorts of creatures. And they were just boys existing together as roommates.
Next, we found this guy at a Burger King.
I guess it's like this frog that comes in like a bunch of different costumes and stuff. Really, it's pretty scary. But then you get like some of these like extra looking ones. That's a sad frog right there.
We have a survivor from the Pepe Wars.
I know the worst Pepe I've seen. It was like a tank, an abomination they created just to burn us. They called it Pee. You think it's a normal Pepe at first. You see the face, you think, oh, at least it's just the normal one. But no, there's dicks. There's dicks everywhere, and there's peeing on stuff, and there's shit. There's one where he looks like you're inside of his ass. I don't want to be inside of a frog's ass, and he's looking at you the whole time with that same look. He always gives you the same look, like he's just about to eat all the shit that he just put in your face.
And lastly, our own producer had his own hat and hand in Pepe knowledge. We put him on because we don't have to pay him more than we actually are.
When you really analyze the face of Pepe the Frog, you can see the sadness reflected in the people who enjoy and make the meme itself. A normal person might look at this and say, oh, it's a sad frog. But to the sadistic mind of a Pepe the Frog lover, enthusiast, they find that hilarious. They find it relatable.
He is a toady man, a reject of society, a creature that finally ugly people, such as a Danny DeVito type, could finally identify with. For frogs, they're not handsome. They're oily and greasy, much like me. Unfortunately, I stink too much, so I'm afraid my persona is a ferret. But when we think about it, I think we can consider that Pepe is a persona for the underground, and that he represented them in the great meme war of 2016.
It was hell. You never knew it was around the next corner. Any time you could go onto a new post, Pepe, out of nowhere. It haunts me to this day. I'll be scrolling through posts and I'm going, and it's fine, everything's good, and Pepe, out of nowhere, and it's like having a frog right at the back of your cerebellum.
In 2015, 2016, he was identified with nationalists who saw themselves waving the flag, wearing the hat that said that America would one day be good once more. It was a mascot, a man from the underground who spoke of the words of our people, but later we would come to find it was really the Russians. You think that Kermit the Frog is really Kermit the Frog? No, it's a man's hand up his ass. And just like that, the Russians' hands were up the ass of Pepe the Frog. He turned from my favorite man who made me feel good man, and then he turned into a feel bad man. I feel a bad man for how he deceived me.
Since the Great War, there have been fewer Pepes, but now it's like opening a loot box in Overwatch. You're going in, you think, hey, this'll be good. Boom, 4 silvers. But instead, boom, 4 Pepes out of nowhere. You think, I didn't deserve this.
And it's a continual downward cycle. And that, I think, is the most dangerous thing about Pepe the Frog and why it needs to die. But it won't die. We can't get rid of it.
You've got a once beloved frog, now suddenly a force of evil that doesn't seem to die. Who knows, maybe it could be Satan. Think about this. We've got Pepe, and then we've got Kanye.
As a great philosopher once said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see you become the villain. That man was Socrates, from the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. He started as something untouchable. Everyone saw the potential in Pepe, and none of the normies, not the good normies, the bad normies who spread all the good memes and make them shit. None of those normies had yet to touch Pepe. He was pure. And because of that untouching, it meant that Pepe would last for quite a long time.
No.
Largely, yeah, Pepe did affect mostly Americans, but I think the tragedy caused to the people that suffered from it has been spread worldwide. I think he was made by an outside force. Russia, ISIS, aliens, could be any of them. The negative intent behind this meme clearly indicates that this person is not our friend.
Shortly after the great 4chan exodus of 2014, when Zoe Quinn got her hands on the creator Moot and influenced his decisions, Pepe became an icon for resistance against these Gamergate antis, if you will. Now, I stand on no sides of the fence. I was in Argentina feeding my pigeons with Hitler. It was that point when the corruption seeped in. If Pepe were physically here, you would see the black come into his veins like a Harry Potter spell.
There's one that's dressed as Trump. That's my personal favorite. When they started wearing that red cap, it's some shit, man. I'm telling you. That hat, it's part of the hive mind.
And then it just got worse. Historians often agree that once he donned that red cap, he donned red eyes and bloodshot eyes of bloodlust. And now he is a crippled vessel. Even the creator of Pepe has decided that he is dead.
The creator of Pepe actually tried to undo his mistake by killing it. He tried to put Pepe to death by creating a funeral comic for him. Didn't work. His creation had gone too far. You know, he might be gone mostly nowadays. You might not see him as much as he used to, but he's out there. His influence continues to influence the minds of hundreds of 12-year-olds around the world.
You know what they should do? They should sit there and make a trading card game where all these little kids can trade Pepes all over the world. Really put a wrench into our old government's hands, you know what I'm saying? Really cause a stir.
Original Pepe is dead. This is a disgusting transformation Pepe, which is rarely seen or used.
Get this out of here! I don't need this again! No! I can't be in the studio. No, you, Pepe! You son of a bitch!
No one out there is going onto the meme websites and using Feels Bad Man anymore. We let our politics corrupt us.
I wonder if Pepe and Kanye are the same.
Cambridge University did a study once. It has nothing to do with what I am about to talk about. We let our ass hair grow way too long without shaving it. And now, like my ass hair, we have to get very drunk and grab it by the handful and rip it out because we cannot afford a waxer. And that is what he is. We have taken handfuls of the Pepe, ripped him out of our assholes, and now our poops can now easily glide out of our body.
I wish I had gotten to know the frog a little bit more. Maybe then I wouldn't have driven him to the horrible state he's in now. Like that guy over there.
Where are you? Where are you?
It's my fault. Has to be.
It looks like Pepe might be seeing his sunset years. Who knows which election he might be reused for? Perhaps 2020? Yes, I will give you that one. He has potential. Or perhaps he might turn a 360. We've seen stranger things happen with weirder memes, and there's no physical way that Pepe could really be an icon anymore. He will be old news like the Rage comic, or my long-dead wife. Oh! So, yeah, Pepe's done. He's pretty much, he's out, he's moldy.
Today we learned a lot about the internet icon, and after 4 interviews, 123 hours of editing, and 1 destroyed Christmas tree by a man suffering a PTSD attack, we have learned that he is a frog on the internet. My name is Scrimmer. Good night.
I have my theories about Pepe and the Illuminati. First piece of evidence would come from directly 4chan if you look at the different pieces of... No, I don't think they're related.